this is my son, Jose Ivan. We have been hitchhiking from Langley, BC, in order to deliver a message to Canadians and to the Canadian government. The situation is like this, you know. We have been living here in Canada. My wife and I have been living here in Canada for almost 14 years. We have 3 Canadian-born children, and the immigration just issued a deportation order against me. So we want to raise awareness on this problem that there is with the immigration law. Do you know Nelson Mandela? If Nelson Mandela was brought into Canada and they apply the same section of the law that they have been applying on this situation, Nelson Mandela could certainly be deported from Canada. Which it stresses one thing, is that the immigration law as it is, it has so many flaws, and it's affecting the life of many people. The life of my kids, he's a Canadian, his rights are being basically not being upheld by the Canadian government in this situation, and something needs to be done. Well, the reason that we have been doing that is that we want to raise awareness about an immigration issue. You know, my wife and I have been living here in Canada for the last almost 14 years. We have 3 Canadian-born children. My son, he was diagnosed with autism in 2002, and immigration just issued a deportation order against him. So we are trying to raise awareness about this section of the law that is affecting the rights of many. When they realize that this law can affect somebody like Nelson Mandela, they go like, okay, if Nelson Mandela could be affected by this, certainly there is something wrong on the law. That's the normal reaction that has been going on. And well, I think that many people, they need to just get out a little bit on their busy life sometimes, and look at a little bit on the neighbors, you know. There are many people that are being suffering on this situation, and certainly it's something that is worth to do, you know, to fight for the rights of some people.
This government has received the wrong message. They say, do not stand out for your rights whenever they're violated, or you'll be tagged as terrorist. Well, I think that message is wrong. And I often say, do not do nothing to defend your rights. Just speak up. This is a really important message that they must hear. And they shouldn't be afraid to speak up for their rights. I don't care where the government wants to stop us from speaking up, but voices cannot be silenced.
The Minister of Public Safety and the Minister of Immigration, they have to decide on a couple of applications before CBSA can establish a date of deportation. And we found out that the Minister of Public Safety could take 7 to 9 years to decide. My family has been undergoing a lot of stress and many difficult situations for 13 years. 7 to 9 years is way too much. So that, you know, so that's why we decided to make this, even though it is cold, but Canadians have been supporting us. They have been helping us move from place to place. And just to tell you, in Calgary, we were walking down the street. We didn't have a place where to go, and all of a sudden we saw this group of AA, you know, Alcoholics Anonymous. So we decided to go in there. We put up my name, and people were talking about the problems with alcohol. Then it was my time to speak. So to their surprise, it was that I didn't speak about my problems with alcohol, because I don't drink, but about this problem with immigration. And surprisingly, I had from that little speech with these people a place to where my son and I could rest for the night, and they even helped us move from Calgary to Regina. That's just amazing how Canadians have been helping us. In Regina, we had the support of church people. And I remember that my son, when we were leaving Regina, after we had some interviews and talked to many people there, my son had a little bit of a sore throat. So we decided to postpone a little bit the leaving Regina till the evening so that he could feel better. And to our surprise, you know, these people in Regina, they help us made the flags that have been going around. They print out some t-shirts, and we came with nothing, and now we have more and more support of the community. Like, I think that the people are seeing this problem as being a huge problem, and well, hopefully something is done in this situation, and more people can realize that many people are suffering in this country because the immigration law the way it is. And we're going to be challenging that immigration law because it is affecting the rights of many people. The rights of my family are being affected, and that's a message that we want to say. You know, silence is not an option in this. You know, whenever I come from a country where human rights were violated on a daily basis. I think the Canadians have that chance. You know, they have the chance to speak, and they need to speak, and well, it's something that needs to be done. Cristina, mucho gusto, pues te cuidas.